Thank you for joining us for our first section connection. Today we're going to be talking about the logistics of sections and what that's going to look like, the who, what, where, when, and why of sections. I'll be going through that with you, and in weeks to come, you'll be hearing more of the details of what that looks like and how we're going to play this out in the life of Dayspring. The first thing that we're going to look at, if you have your notes there with you, is who's involved, and we have sections director, and at this point, that will be me, and the goal will be to grab a few others and plug them into this role as well as we grow here at Dayspring through the sections and connecting with others. The second thing is the section leaders, and that's you guys, and I thank you for taking time to be involved and hear the vision of Dayspring moving forward and to plug into this. And your goal is to oversee a section in your designated gathering, and also help train new sections leaders and host. The row host, those are something that's kind of new, and we are going to strive to connect others within a few rows that can reach out to others, that can talk to people, because what happens is you as leaders get caught off guard or pulled to the side because people want to connect with you. They want to say, hey, they haven't seen you in a week or two, and we miss the guests that come in, and we don't want to miss guests because they count and they're worth connecting with, so we want to strive to connect with them. Excuse me, sorry. A way to do this, I think, is through row hosts, and we will be talking about more of that in weeks to come, what that looks like. What's involved? Being at your designated gathering 30 minutes prior to the start time is huge. We have our huddles where we just get together with Pastor Bill or whoever's leading the huddle that week, and we pray together and we get a little encouragement, and then we break off into our designated areas of ministry. And so the goal is to be here 30 minutes before each gathering that you're involved in. The second thing is be around 10 to 15 minutes after the gathering. That's huge. It's important to connect with people, those new guests. And this is just a rough time frame. 5 minutes comes and your section's cleared out, then feel free to go at that time. But we want to make sure that we reach guests as best as possible. The third thing is dress code and dressing appropriately. Strive to be modest. This shouldn't be an issue, but I have seen a few times where there are some individuals that probably need to cover up a little more, wear a little more, and that kind of thing. So if you have to ask, you probably shouldn't wear it. The fourth thing is a big key that we're going to break down in a week to come here is keeping something to take notes. Use your phone, your iPad, a notepad, a pen if you have to, whatever. But from time to time, you're going to meet individuals who have a unique name, have a unique story, and after you connect with them and they walk away to sit down, jot those things down so that in weeks to come when they show up, you can remember their name, and they may have a unique name, and you say, hey, hey, how you doing, so-and-so. People will light up when you remember their name, and that shows that we care. So use those tools to connect. Third thing here is, where do I sit? Sit anywhere in your section, and we will talk about break down the sections in a week to come and kind of give you a designated area, a focus to sit in, and things of that nature. Strive to move around from week to week. Don't sit exactly in the same row. Move a few rows up, a few rows back. Mix it up a little bit. Move around. Let's throw Pastor Bill off a little bit, but by what he sees. It's very easy as a pastor up front to look and know who's here based on where they're sitting. Move around a little bit so you can interact and engage better with people. When do we engage people? We will spend some time again in the next couple of weeks on this. In the first 90 seconds, when guests enter your section, is when we should be interacting with them. It's huge. It shows them that we care. Take time to interact with them. Ask questions, and we'll be talking about questions and things to ask, appropriate questions, how to ask questions that get responses that lead to more questions. And again, interact with the guests and attenders at the end of the gathering as well. Take some time to do that as people are getting ready to leave, and that there's some great questions that can be asked as follow-up to each gathering and the message that's being brought. Why? Why are we doing this? To make connections and build relationships with guests. we have a huge open door, and people come in and people come out, and we miss people all the time. And our goal is to build connections and build relationships, make connections and build relationships with guests as first. Also, to strengthen relationships with regular attenders, to build them up, to grow them forward. Make sure we don't miss the first mark. It's always easier to talk to people that you do know than it is to talk to people that you don't know. But we don't want to miss those guests that are coming in. We want to strive to reach them and touch base with them. And the third thing is help make fully devoted followers of Christ. That is our ultimate goal. It's part of our code, and we really strive to fulfill our code here at Dayspring and live those things out. And this is our purpose. This is our mission, and this is why we do what we do. To live out that code, and also, we strive to do whatever it takes to make fully devoted followers of Christ. So let's go forward and do that. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at jb@dayspringchurch.com. That's JAYB@dayspringchurch.com. Thanks. We'll see you again next week.